It's a short list of things that I excel at, but up is at the top of that list by far. What is the most expensive mistake you've made while you've been out on the water? So first up is back when I first started kayak fishing, I was out catfishing. I had this cheap Picasso camera mounted to a curtain rod that I had DIY'd into a camera mount. I didn't know at the time that you could hook these things up to a power bank and basically have power all day. So I'm up there like a crawling to the front of the boat, changing the battery out every 45 minutes or so. So while I'm doing this, whoopsies, butterfingers, the fucking camera went in the water. $70 sitting at the bottom of Old Hickory. Now, I was able to take some zip ties and rig my phone up and still managed to get some video of a good catch that I made. Next most expensive mistake I've made, I've actually made it twice, but only one time did it cost me money. That is knocking my rod in the water. Losing the entire rod and reel setup. First time I did it, I lost the whole setup, about $200 worth of rod and reel. And then I did it a second time, 3 or 4 months later. I spent an hour sitting there on that same spot, casting and casting and casting and casting and casting a bare wobble head hook. Sure as after an hour, I managed to snag the tail end of that rod right in the foam, and I got the rod and reel back. I still use it today. Next one is actually back on same spot almost exactly where I lost that camera. I was there catfishing. I was dragging baits up into this creek, and I wasn't paying attention to my rods. And I have no idea what that was. My rod got hung up on something on the bottom and just slowly just bent, and snap. And it's another $200 rod setup laying at the bottom of Old Hickory now. And then my first time I ever went kayak bass fishing, period. First time I'd ever done a tournament. Went down to Lake Murray with my friend Ron, and I had just gotten a drone, and I wanted to bring it with me to get some shots. And so while we were pre-fishing, I was out in the middle of the lake because we were making about a mile run, and got this thing out, set it up, got it in the air, and threw that son of a in reverse, hit the rods, and went helicoptering off into the water. Luckily, I had some pool noodle type material on the legs of this thing, and it was just floating upside down. I still thought, this thing's upside down in the water. Surely this drone is toast. No, I fished it out. We stuck it in a bowl of rice that night. Next day, fired it up, and it still worked. I still have it today. It works just fine. I've crashed it again since then. Wasn't paying attention to how wide I had the radius set when I tried to make it do circles around me and smash that off into the trees. This thing may fly again. Got it back and it still works. So if you're ever looking for a drone, DJI, I'm convinced that their drones are just flying tanks. Hey folks, do me a favor, and if you find this content entertaining, fun, helpful, whatever the case is, hit that subscribe button, stick around. I'll be putting this kind of stuff out every week or so. Thanks. The last, worst, and most expensive mistake that I've made was actually my third kayak bass fishing tournament ever. I was fishing a local tournament, and I had just been wearing them out all morning. We had about an hour left in the tournament. I checked the leaderboard, and holy shit, I'm in first place. And then sometime shortly after that, I get a phone call.
Yeah. And I'm one of the guys from the Clarksville group. I'm the guy that unfortunately is judging today.
Okay. He's like, man, I'm sorry. You've been out there killing it today, but
what has to be on there? I don't even know what that means.
I have to disqualify all your fish. He's like, you didn't have a contrasting sticker or mark on the lip of the board. I was brand new to this. I misunderstood what they were talking about in the captain's brief the night before. I, for some reason, thought he just meant that something had to be on there showing that this was an official approved measuring board for these things. So catch board. And in this instance, I just meant that the catch logo had to be showing. And so I was like, well, my catch logo's showing, no issue. Nope, that was That's not how that rule works. The guy that did go on to win it, I had him beat by a good inch, I think. I would have won if I hadn't f***ed that up. So. I forgot to mention the price tag on that tournament. I would have gotten to cash a $500 check. So not a insignificant amount of money. And those are my most expensive mistakes. That one, I'm still a little salty about that one, but you know, only person I got to be mad at about is myself. Whatever though, good lesson learned. Leave a comment. Let me know what your most expensive mistake out here on the water is. Thanks for watching.